If you're working a dead-end job and want to be successful, you clicked on the right video. Today we're talking about a major dilemma affecting adults everywhere. In a world where your livelihood depends on how many dollars you make per hour, how can someone in a dead-end job transition into a high-paying career? The truth is, many people work really hard. They're just not paid well for it. A lot of people get stuck with no real skills, forced to take whatever job pays the bills. That sounds like your situation where you're told to shut up and work. You're not alone. The reason you lack hard skills that could give you more freedom and choice in your work life. But what if I told you there's a shortcut out? How do I know? Because I took that shortcut myself. I used to be a FedEx driver, and honestly, I thought that's all I would ever be. There was no upward mobility, and management made it clear. They expected me to earn $16 to $20 an hour for the rest of my life with absolutely no benefit. But then something happened. In a single month of hard work, the trajectory of my life completely changed for the better. An on-the-job injury at FedEx caused me to be bedridden, and that time off of work allowed me to study. After just 1 month of studying online while I was injured, I was able to score an IT job with Disney and start a new career path. 10 months later, I leveled up to a cybersecurity position at a billion-dollar AI company. That helped me move into a high-rise and buy my dream car, and now I teach others how to do the same because it worked. In this video, I'll show you how to break into one of the most in-demand, high-paying fields today. Probably the most important part of the entire journey will be your mindset. How bad do you want to change your current circumstance? Is this burning desire worth making sacrifices? You have to want it. You can't have other people want it for you. You have to want the good life. You have to want success. You have to believe it's possible for yourself because it is. I believe it's important to develop a motivated mindset as soon as possible. Unfortunately for me, I had to learn the hard way. It took a career-ending injury and surgery for me to consider a new path. Doctor told me I could never work a manual labor job again in my life. Oddly enough, that declaration was the best thing that ever happened to me though. It forced me to look into careers I would have never considered before. Luckily, I had a friend who was going through a similar career transition, and he provided me his blueprint on how he was able to land a $60,000 IT job with no prior experience. Because the IT career field was so relatively new and booming, I genuinely believed I had a chance to get my foot in the door if I followed the path I had seen work for my friend and other people online. The more research I did into the field, the more excited I got. There were countless stories of career transitioners who successfully landed IT jobs with no prior experience or college degree. This was the fuel I needed, and I decided to give it everything I had. My mindset was locked in. Once my mindset shifted, the next step was figuring out how to actually do this. Like, okay, I'm motivated now, but what do I do? Preparation is about building a foundation. You can't just hope your way into a new career. You need skills. You need a plan. You need to start turning that motivation into momentum. This was where I had to get brutally honest with myself. I didn't have any tech experience, and I didn't have a degree. So I had to find another way to prove I was ready. The first real step I took was enrolling in the CourseCareers IT professional program. My friend assured me of his personal strategy. He told me I did not need to take any of the CompTIA exams, and instead, CourseCareers would be all that I would need. He informed me how quickly I could complete the course as long as I locked in and stayed focused, and then I'd have IT recruiters blowing up my email with job openings. What I liked about it, and this is important, is that the program didn't waste my time. It laid out the exact blueprint people were using to land their first roles in IT. I finally had structure. I was learning the right things in the right order, but it didn't stop there. The program also guided me on how to build a tech portfolio, and a tech portfolio is huge. It's not something that's just for developers. Mine included things like a home lab I set up, showing how I troubleshooted network issues, a breakdown of common IT support tickets and how I resolved them, a short video of me explaining how I installed and configured Active Directory on a server. This was my way of saying, look, I may not have job experience, but I can do the job. And preparation gave me confidence. It took me from someone hoping to get hired to someone who knew exactly what I could bring to a company. In the portfolio, that was my proof. A lot of people skip this step because it's not flashy, it's not exciting, but this is the step that separates people who wish that they had a new life from the ones who go out and build one. Unfortunately, most people never make it past the preparation phase. Not because they're not capable, but because because they give up too soon. The majority never get to the point where they stop being a student and start becoming a professional. This means putting yourself out there, submitting job apps, networking, taking interviews, and getting rejected a lot. But this is where you grow. I treated job hunting like a job. I applied to positions every single day. Some days I'd get nothing but silence. Other days I'd get an interview and completely bomb it. But I kept going. I kept tweaking my resume, improving how I talked about my portfolio projects, and showing up with enthusiasm, even when I was nervous as hell. One thing that helped a lot, I stopped applying and started connecting. I reached out to people already in the field. I posted about my journey. I shared what I was learning. That got me on the radar of people who were already working in IT. And I believe that's how the first recruiter reached out to me. Please remember, everything up until now is just potential. It's up to you to activate it. And yes, it's frustrating at times, but when that first offer came in, I remember sitting there thinking, wow, I really did this. No freebies, no handouts, just focus, consistency, and the belief that I could change my life. And if you're in a dead-end job right now, doubting yourself, I'm telling you, you can change your life too. If you're still watching this, I just want to say, I've been where you are. I know what it feels like to clock into a job that drains you, knowing deep down that you're capable of more, but having no clue on where to start. I know what it feels like to doubt yourself, to think maybe it's too late, maybe you're not smart enough, maybe the door's already closed, but none of that is true. The truth is, you don't need a degree. You don't need years of experience. You don't need to be a genius. You just need a real plan, a little grit, and a willingness to bet on yourself. That's what I did. I followed the blueprint. I built a portfolio. I showed up consistently, even when no one was watching. And now I'm working in tech, building a future, and I'm actually excited about it. 2 years ago, I couldn't have imagined saying that. So if you're ready to start your own journey, and I mean really ready, I left a link in the video description to the same program, CourseCareers program, that I used to get started. This isn't about going viral. It's not about followers or views. It's about helping someone else break free just like I did. If that's you, I hope you take the first step today. Stay on the lookout for my future videos coming out. I'm aiming to have great formatted videos and putting a lot of effort into the new chapter of this page. So guys, follow my journey. I'm leveling up and level up with me. So the more learning, the more earning. Peace out.